we're back.
Oh my gosh.
And we're back.
I was thinking this morning, like, when was the last time we recorded? It was like 3 weeks ago, 4 weeks ago.
It feels like a long time ago, and then also feels like yesterday.
Yeah. What is time? We've got a guest. We've got a guest with us in the studio today.
In the studio. Yeah.
He's got four legs. His name is Moosey Poo.
Yeah. Let's just hope that he doesn't.
He's roaming. But we're gonna act like he's just not here doing it, but he's doing his thing. Okay.
We're almost twinning.
Oh my God, I know.
I already said I was gonna wear my pearl snap today, but
which is so
thank
funny.
goodness I didn't. And you never wear a scarf, so that's pretty funny.
And
you wore like a bandana looking one, so that's kind of funny.
I have one in red and I have one in black. I got these at where did I get these? In Tulsa. It was at it was on the way to go skydiving. This was years ago.
I know. I was like, when did you do that?
What's Urban Outfitters up in Tulsa?
Urban Outfitters.
Yeah.
Whoa.
The two things I needed that day were a black and a red scarf. I've had these for like 8 years.
Nice.
Interesting story. I wore this all day today, and then I went home and
that is interesting.
I went on a walk, and I changed,
okay.
and then I'm like, I don't have time to like think of another outfit, so I just put this back on.
Yeah.
So this
Why
is
would you need another outfit?
This is my second appearance in this outfit today.
Yeah.
Normally, an outfit change is like another outfit, but it's the same outfit.
Nice.
I didn't have time to think about it, but anyway,
it's a good one.
Okay, so Melissa.
Jenna.
You have...
What, am I on the hot seat?
Yeah, she's in the hot seat. I feel like you've been traveling a little bit. Tell us about your most recent travels.
Yeah, I just went to Utah.
You went to the great state of Utah. Yeah.
I've never been. Have you been?
I've been to Salt Lake.
Okay.
I've been to Salt Lake a couple times.
Oh, shit. I totally forgot.
It's like... It's 18 from Oklahoma City driving back to Oregon. That's 18 hours to get to Ogden or Salt Lake. I can't remember which. So
from here or from
Oklahoma City.
Jeez, dude.
So the first.
So that's you stay there when
in
you
Salt Lake.
go home.
Okay. Yeah.
It's a cool little city.
It's
cute.
so cool.
I mean, it's a little quirky and interesting.
Yeah.
With all the Mormons and stuff.
I didn't.
It wasn't even that. It really was like what I noticed was like the drinking culture, even though we're not drinking, but
yeah,
how strict it is. It's ridiculous. It's very strange
because we don't have that here, even though we're choosing not to. We don't have that. Everybody else is doing their thing. So interesting to be in a city where it.
Yeah, it was just kind of weird. But
it's like you've got a leash on.
Well, I was with my friends. They're from Australia. The first place we went, it was a restaurant/bar. It was a really nice, cute place, and it was like downtown. So we had already like been in the parking garage, paid to park, done the walk, go up to this restaurant. Yeah. They wouldn't even let us be, so they didn't have their passports with them. Mind you, we're all, mid-30s. It's like, we can't even like come in here.
Well over 21.
Yeah. And it was really strange. And we were all just kind of like, okay. And then there was a place next door and I was like, fuck it. Let's try one more. So they
while we're here,
I go, let's just walk in and go up to the bar, which is exactly what we did. And then I don't know why Steven went up to the bar to order. He was the only one drinking. And he went up to the bar and they wouldn't serve him. Mind you, they had pictures of their passports. So I thought, well, maybe maybe.
Yeah.
Also,
not expired.
I don't know,
either.
like
not expired.
Attractive people with Australian accents, like give them a beer, man. Give them a beer.
They traveled this far.
Come on.
They traveled this far. God. They're parched.
So anyways, at the bar, then I was pissed. I was like, hold on, I'll get you. Actually, he was having a wine. I was like, I'll get you your wine.
Yeah.
I go up to the bar.
Of course you did.
I go up to the bar and I'm like, dee. And I was like, what were you having? And he was like, no, let's just go. And I was like, no, we're getting you this
It's
wine.
a principle now. Yeah.
So I go up, and it was pretty busy. Like I kind of sneak in and I order that and I order an NA beer for myself. Yeah. And
double fisting.
And he goes, I think he goes like, is the wine, he's like, he said like, is the wine for him? And I was like, no, I said, it's for me. and he goes, this guy goes, I mean, he was getting worked up. He was like, well, he can't drink it. And I said, he's not. I said, okay, it's for me.
Absolutely.
And he was like, no, but he cannot drink it. he was getting worked up. And I said, okay, just the beer then. And I just took it and then, reluctantly walked back over and I was like, shit, I'm sorry.
Defeated.
I couldn't even get, and it was funny because it wasn't a scene by any means, but like, it was kind of awkward because like, I'm just being goofy, kind of like messing around with him and he's getting
not having it. Yeah.
He's not having it. And the guys next to me are, I had kind of weaseled my way in and the two guys sitting next to me, they were watching and observing this whole interaction as he goes off to get my NA beer. I was like, are you guys from here? And they were like, no, this is crazy. And I said, this is crazy. And they were like, telling me some story from the previous night. I was like, yeah. I mean, all of their liquors have the little pours on them. They're only allowed to pour 1 ounce.
Yeah, of anything.
Of any liquor. And apparently, I don't know. There's like, they can't serve multiple drinks at a time. Or I don't know. There's a bunch of weird rules. And I was like, this is a fucking bar. Like, what do you think? Okay, cool.
What's coming up for me when you share that story is I wonder like how many people from Utah just like, we gotta go. We're up and out of like, get out of here because of that.
That and I asked one of the locals, I was like, is there a place here where people can like actually go and get drunk? And she's like, oh yeah, over here.
Yeah.
I was like, yeah, there's got to be a
feet
place.
On the ground. They knew.
Also, I was like, people must just have like party at home and do stuff at home or tailgate, whatever, things like that. But also people are just like really active and it's a pretty healthy, it's a cool city. I did like it a lot.
Yeah, it is cool. Oh, okay. So I've only ever been there during like the holiday season. So I've only seen the downtown just like all lit up with its Christmas lights and it's beautiful. So I didn't get to like explore.
Well, we got lucky. There was we went to the hot springs. Jade and I went on a hike that was supposed to be 4.5 miles. We, honestly, we were having a great time. It was our first day together. And so we went on this hike. We went way far in where we thought we were supposed to go. Then we realized, oh shit, we missed the trailhead. So we went all the way back to the car thinking we were supposed to go back this way versus this way. And mind you, service was like spotty. So we didn't really care. We were like, oh yeah, I bet it was that other way where those other hikers were going. So we go back down to the car. Jade pulls up the phone and she's like,
we missed
it. Oh shit, Mel. Yeah. She was like, it was actually like halfway up where we already were. I was like, you've got to be kidding me. Mind you, this wasn't like there was snow. It was like there was snow and ice on the ground. So it was kind of hard and like a slower trek than normal. So anyways, it was supposed to be a 4.5 mile hike. I think we hiked 13 miles.
Was that the
13 miles?
You clocked 33,000
36,000 steps or something.
God.
Yeah, needless to say, we were kind of wrecked the next day, but it was so fun.
Yeah.
I'd never done the hot springs before.
Yeah.
I told you, like, I can be a hot springs girly. I get it. I'm down for it.
I've never done the hot springs either.
Oh, man.
I grew up with them like maybe 30, 40 minutes away, and I've never done
I'm like freezing, always freezing. So I was like, if these aren't actually hot, there's zero chance in hell I'm taking my clothes off
to get into
in the snow to get into this.
Yeah.
But luckily it was hot. But then I was like, you're in there and you're like, oh my God, I have to get out and get dressed. Oh shit.
Honestly,
it was great.
Yeah.
It was so good.
Talk about a natural wonder, Is it not a natural wonder? Is it?
Yeah, it is. Yes.
Yeah, I knew it.
God.
They're beautiful.
They are.
In theory, I've never been to one. Yeah.
And you know what's super cool? I thought we were probably hiking in a little bit too late in the day, but then you're just like snow on it's light out,
With
it
the
reflects the light.
Yeah.
But also when we were hiking out, like getting closer to the car, we saw several groups going in. First of all, we were cracking up because they were all dressed like pretty chill. Like we were like, oh, these are professional. Like
they've been doing this a while.
But also because I'm like, it was almost 5:00, and I'm like, what are they doing going into this
now?
Yeah. Well, then I realized I was like, oh my God, it's a full moon tonight. I was like, all these badass hippies are going in there to the hot springs to probably do all kinds of fun shit, Oh
my God.
So
it was a full moon.
With it being light out, I was like, I mean, able to see.
Yeah.
And I'm like, if you've done that hike or trail before multiple times, you could do it.
Not as alarming. The stage was set.
So the stage was set.
Oh my God.
So it is. I could be a hot springs girly. That's the moral of that story.
Yeah, I love that. And did you have any other adventures while you were on this Utah trip?
I sure did. You know what? Thank you for asking. Yeah, I mean, I went on a date. I got to go on a date.
Okay,
so,
we were on a date.
You already know this, but I'll let the people know. It's hard being a gay woman in this city. There's just not a lot of us and not a lot of opportunity to go on dates or, even find someone you
Yeah.
like. So I kind of teed that up before I got up there.
Yes.
Had a FaceTime with this woman. It was awesome. Really fun and
Good
casual.
energy.
Yeah,
Yeah,
really.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
So I was excited to meet her. We ended up seeing each other a couple times while I was there, but I'll tell you about the last one because it was
Which, like, more than expected. Like,
definitely more than
You're coming
expected.
in
I mean, I was shocked that we even met
low
up. And-
expectations.
oh, for sure.
Yeah,
And it was just
yeah.
like, if we can, because we didn't have any set plans. And I'm like, if we can
Yeah.
make it happen, great. If not,
Yeah. If the stars
No big
align,
deal.
let's do it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
the stars aligned.
They aligned a couple times.
They
Yeah.
aligned. So it was really fun. It was really fun.
That's
I know,
it.
I'm trying to
Fun.
think,
It's
like,
only
what-
fun.
I'll give you the highlight reel. And the highlight reel was the last time we hung out. She picked me up from the hotel, and we went to lunch at her country club.
Oh, boy.
So we go, she picks me up, and we're like, mind you, it's like absolutely beautiful out. They just had a huge snow. So we're like going up these like switchbacks up the mountain, and then we like go, enter into this, golf community. It's beautiful. We're driving through. We get up there, walk in. We're the only ones in there.
Gosh.
So we're sitting in this like gorgeous room.
It's the middle of the week, right? Like, this is... was this
What
going
day was
into the
it?
weekend?
No, it was a Sunday. It was a
Yeah,
Sunday
yeah,
afternoon. So
yeah.
yeah, of course, like
Everyone was at church?
probably, probably.
Yeah, that tracks.
I don't even remember what time it was.
Yeah.
But yeah, anyways.
Church hour. Yeah.
Yeah, probably
Okay.
was. So we're just sitting there having, a great lunch, looking out into the mountains, snow's coming down, beautiful woman. I'm just like,
Ah, yeah. The stage
and I
was
even told her,
set.
I
The
was
stage
like,
was set.
I was like, what is this life? I was like, this is so fun. This is
Yeah.
amazing. Like
Yeah.
having a great time. So, yeah, that happened.
You don't get those views here in Oklahoma City.
You sure don't.
Not quite
You
like
sure
that.
don't. Yeah. So it was really fun. It was a good time. I'm glad we made that happen.
Yeah. Anything? Did we learn anything? Like, what did we learn from?
Oh, I mean, yeah.
state.
Yeah, we always learn something.
Always a takeaway.
Yeah. So this woman was a little bit older than me, which I like.
Yeah.
I've been kind of manifesting like I want someone really calm, steady, stable, like has their shit together, like not that people our age don't, but I don't know. I'm just kind of attracted to.
If I may, is it maybe wisdom also that you're?
Oh, for sure. Of course.
Like that,
yeah.
just like general experience, extra experience in life.
Yeah.
That maybe, okay.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely. So was certainly curious to kind of find out what she was about. She's a mom also.
Yeah.
So, you know what? This is something I did want to talk about in
talk.
this. Well, no, just like in dating experience, because you said obviously we've already talked about this, but like
I've been mom. Yeah, I've been stepmom
okay, but
once before.
in terms of dating, like you haven't really dated many guys with kids.
No, not really at all.
Which is interesting because, we kind of were talking about this, like
I guess you have.
our age
Yeah,
and older,
yeah.
like women more likely than not are going to have children, like more likely than
Yeah,
not.
yeah.
So, that's something that I'm
aware of.
aware
Yeah.
of, exploring my feelings around, just kind of thinking through that. And, but yeah, it's kind of interesting that you haven't had that experience yet, which is really surprising to me.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I guess my first experience with that was like 7 or 8 years ago.
Yeah.
And he 12, middle school, like he wasn't an infant or anything like that, but co-parenting, being on the other end, co-parenting with your, significant other.
So, I mean, that's the dynamic that's like incredibly tricky because it's like if you end up pursuing a relationship with
Yeah.
someone with kids, you have a relationship with them, their kids, and potentially their ex-spouse.
Right. In some capacity.
In some capacity.
And hope to God it's like on the up and up and
Yeah.
everything
Oh,
is
for
like
sure. Right.
respectful and
Right, but
but you never know. But
It's-
emotions get in the way of a lot of things.
I'll say this, like,
yeah.
it's hard enough to even find someone you like, but then you have to like who they are as a mother, as a spouse, as
Yeah.
an ex-spouse. Like,
Yeah.
it adds a lot of different
Layers.
layers
Yeah.
to a relationship.
And to who they are as a human.
Yeah.
Like how they hold themselves, how they handle things, and Yeah, I feel like you get to see a lot more,
You
maybe
see
a lot quicker.
You definitely do.
Interesting.
You definitely do.
So potentially
and even
a
just
pro.
even if you're not even meeting, because I mean, I feel like meeting children should come with some time, of
Yes.
course.
Yeah.
But hearing them on the phone, seeing how they interact,
Yeah.
how they yeah, it's very very interesting.
Collecting data.
Collecting so much data.
So what I hear is kids aren't off the table necessarily for somebody.
Yeah.
Else.
So you know, I've been talking about this kind of stuff with my therapist too, and she asked me that point blank. She's like, "So are kids a deal breaker?" And I'm like, "No, kids have never been a deal breaker for me." I think young. I think I don't want to be raising babies, but you know, my ideal partner is a little bit older and maybe hopefully has older kids. Because
high school or above. High school is like,
I mean, that's
home
ideal.
stretch
That's
and,
ideal.
like,
But also
yeah.
like, I mean, life is colorful,
Who
and
knows?
so
Yeah,
I'm open to whatever.
Yeah.
But if I can manifest it, that's what it's gonna be.
You can. And
Of
you
course,
can,
I know,
yeah.
I know, I
Yeah,
know, I know. Yeah, because I came from a big family, so I love the feeling of a full home, of a lot going on, chaos,
Energies, all the
potentially not.
energies that are
Yeah,
different.
it's fun, and like kids bring so much joy and life and love, and I love that. But I don't want to raise babies.
And you know what? You don't have to.
Yeah, I don't. No, because I don't have any. That's the only baby I got. So, okay, enough about that.
For baby.
Your turn.
Yeah. My turn.
Tag, you're it.
Okay, so let's see. On the board we wrote up there behind.
Tell us about what's going on in your life right now.
Life lately. Honestly, life has been really calm, really peaceful. A Friday night in, any night of the weekend by 8:30. Pajamas. In bed by 8:30. We're doing pretty okay.
Oh, agreed.
And waking up with no alarm clock at 6:30 to 7 every morning.
Been doing that too, even on the weekends.
Yeah, it's so nice.
It is.
I would say I'm grateful. So we're in the 25th day of February. No alcohol for how many days?
Yeah,
is
I
that?
think I checked the app. I think it said 56 days.
56
we are
days.
at 56 days sober, 8 weeks.
Yeah, 8 weeks. That's when you say it like that. It's kind of.
I know that is a long time. We're also 8 weeks into the year. That's crazy.
Yeah, I think, and winter's almost over. I think with the sobriety, being connected to self, so connected to self.
Definitely.
Listening to gut instincts, being able to decipher if something rocks your peace easily.
Oh, for sure.
That's a no.
Easy.
Like that's an absolute no.
It's a lot easier to pick up on that a lot quicker
and not be persuaded one way or the other on any capacity, like any topic. But it's like, that's a no. That's gonna be a no. And no's a full sentence. Always has been.
No is a full sentence.
Always has been.
Yeah.
And and there's no over explaining anything. Like that actually I don't align. And I'm gonna give that a big pass.
I had a good reminder of that today, of just like, I feel like that was my anthem last year of no's are powerful.
Yeah.
No's are so powerful because when you say no to something, it keeps you in alignment with where you are, where you're going, and
your direction. Yeah. The trajectory. It's interesting too. And we've talked about this a little bit before. I can't remember if we talked about this on the last episode, but it was building self-trust. And I think that several years into my journey now, just like on who I am as a human, and still so much to learn, but saying no to one thing every single day, you know how much trust we're building within ourselves, like listening to our guts, listening to our heads, our hearts, like all of it. I'm learning to listen more to my heart than my mind, because like that's
so funny, because I feel like we're very opposite in that.
I know. I read about
like,
this the other day. The Gemini.
I'm so much a heart person, and you're a head person.
I'm a head person.
Maybe that's why we make a good team.
That's the survival mode in me has always been like, I can minimize anything, I can rationalize anything, but when it comes to feeling it, it's like it doesn't come as easy to me. So I've been really going to my emotions, my feelings wheel, and it really does help. It's like, and I think something I've been discovering a little bit more lately that I didn't realize is anger as an emotion. Anger shows up in so many different ways in everyone's lives.
Girl, that used to be like my default.
And
it was just anger. I was mad all the time.
Which is really just sadness, right? Like disappointment from like whatever is going on. But I think that I don't think I'm an angry person. Like,
You're definitely not an angry person.
but
I have to turn this upside down because it's distracting.
oh, sorry. But I'm allowed to be angry. I'm not an angry person
Of course
by
you're allowed to
nature,
be
but I'm
angry.
allowed to be angry. And I think
course.
that for so long, like I've just shoved that down. Like I'm not allowed to feel anger because I'm not an angry person. But like, okay, well, yes, Jenna, that's right. You're not an angry person by nature, but like all of the emotions, we're able to feel all the emotions as humans, and I can be angry if I want to for a hot second.
Hell yeah.
I read the other day somewhere like emotions only last for 90 seconds. So like name it, sit with it for 90 and move on.
Yeah,
and
you're much better at that.
that's the
than I am.
rationale in me that I'm like, I can
Yeah.
minimize the hell out of anything. It's
You
like,
can.
It's really not that big a deal.
You can.
And just let it go and not let it like,
You are really good at that.
but I feel like I wasn't always,
Yeah.
you know, like it takes
Yeah.
press. It takes
Yeah. It's a
flexing.
muscle.
It's a muscle. Yeah.
Yep.
You got to flex it.
Yep.
But yeah, so like, I think my solitude in the last couple months, I'm just excited to see what's on the horizon for the rest of 2025.
Gosh.
Yeah. It's
We've
great.
done a lot of shit already this year.
I know, and I feel like you've been doing. I've been being.
We did say that.
Yeah,
We did say
yeah.
that.
So I think I'm just excited to continue being in my own energy and
By
own
the time
alignment.
by the time I get this damn house done, I'm gonna be ready to just
Go, yeah. Well, we're gonna go. Let's go on a trip somewhere.
Yeah.
Oh, you know what? We could still go to Tin Killer. We could still go to the.
Oh yeah.
We still have a weekend
It's
getaway.
a one bed thing.
I think it's the
not.
bigger one.
It's not.
Anyway,
We'll figure it
I
out.
have a tent. Like it's fine. I'm sure we could probably convince someone to give us another.
I bet you we can.
Yeah. But yeah, I think life lately has just been really peaceful, really calm.
It's good.
And I think when you have a pretty firm grip of who you are, it gets easier to say no to shit.
It really
that,
does.
like doesn't align.
It
You're
really
like, okay.
does. I will totally agree with that.
Yeah.
I will totally agree with that.
And not caught up in, oh, I want to do this back and forth
and
rodeo with someone
yeah.
for who, for what? Like, oh my God, that sounds exhausting. But yeah. And I guess on that note with the love stuff, it's like there was someone most recently in my orbit, I say, for like 2 months. And we were having so much fun and everything was great. And there were so many strange like connections.
There were.
That I was like, oh, I just felt.
I mean, and you weren't alone in feeling like that. I felt that
No.
for you. I
Yeah,
saw that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I felt very safe given all of the mutual connections that we did have, and no one had said anything of to make me believe that he was an unsafe person.
Right.
But my one of my dear friends, one of my best friends, Emily Collins Bellinger, France. God, she
Bam,
needs
bam.
she needs to be on the podcast. She's got
We'll
got
get
a
her on
story, but she I'll never forget, one of the best pieces of advice she's ever given me is when someone shows you who they are,
Yep.
you believe them.
Yep.
And I didn't have to do anything. I just was just watching it all unfold, and it unfolded. And I think had I not been so grounded, had I not been so just connected to self, it would have been so easy to be like, what? And keep doing this little tango. But the tango,
I feel like our younger selves would have done that.
Absolutely.
And it would have been so much messier, so much harder to get out of.
Yeah.
And
the further along you get on a road, if you miss your train stop, if you keep going, it gets harder to get back to the right one. So now.
And I think that's why it's so important to, and before that even comes out of my mouth, I just have to express, I think, gratitude for the lives that we have as single women with no children. We have a lot more time and ability to invest in ourselves, and I'm thankful for that.
Me too. Me too.
And I think because we have the ability to do that, we are able to realize quicker when something doesn't feel right, when things don't add up, when things are out of alignment with who we are, where we're going, who we want to be. And honestly, it becomes a lot easier to say no.
We don't have,
and that's what I'm realizing for myself.
Yeah, we don't have Peaky Blinders on anymore.
No,
and the world's not this small. The world's actually huge. And settling, I think it's like if you're choosing, if something's off, if there's, we hate to call it a red flag, but hey, Missy, we hate to call it a red flag.
It's at least a
but
beige flag.
if you see a flag that's not the color that you want,
pause. Get curious.
Get curious.
Get
real curious.
Get real curious real quick.
Yeah. And then watch it all unfold.
Yeah.
And watch him leave at 6 a.m. without saying goodbye.
Oh, God.
Honestly, though, but like, I think.
Thank you for making the decision easy. Thank you for making it easy.
where I am in life right now. I'm so grateful too. We've talked about this a lot. It's like we do have a lot of time to like dig into us and get good with us so that when we are faced with something, it's easy to make that decision. Yeah. Like it's a no-brainer. It's a no-brainer.
Yeah.
Well,
and we have the ability to learn from our past experiences.
Yeah, and roll it into the next.
And roll it into the next.
When that timing is right. Not like we're racing to be doing a tango with anybody too soon. But yeah, I can't remember what I was going to say. Moose distracted me for a second. But yeah, it made the decision. They have a way when you're so aligned and you're so magnetic and you've got your true north. You repel a lot of people
for sure
that can't hang.
That's absolutely right.
I don't have to do anything.
Yeah, it's very true.
I didn't have to do a thing.
Yeah.
And I don't. Do I feel sadness and disappointment and anger? Yeah, of course. Like for a hot second, but like
it's all good.
life is pretty awesome without.
Yeah,
so it's like if it's not bringing peace, if it's not the cherry on top, that ain't it.
Yeah.
But
and that's like such a good place to be in life, you know.
Yeah, abundance mindset.
Abundance, for sure.
Nothing scarcity about that. I'm not here to prove to anybody anything. The other half might be there to prove a lot to the other person, but you get to decide whether you allow that or not. And it's gonna be a no for me, dog.
I love that you crack yourself.
I know, it's so funny. It's like the saga that is. But and then in all seriousness, we talked about it on the phone recently. It was healing inner childhood wounds. You replay things, you replay scenarios in your real life, in your reality, whether you like it or not.
Lift it up so we can get under there.
Whether you like it or not, you're replaying scenarios.
Oh yeah.
Like you did, like that played out in your childhood. You replay those in your adult life until you actually heal. And the universe sent this last one to me just to confirm that I had learned my lesson. And I think I did pretty okay.
I think you did.
I was present. I was in the moment. We were having so much fun. I was receiving.
You were receiving.
Yeah.
But you were also.
I was aware.
You were aware. Yeah. And there were a couple, even it felt really wonderful. Seemed great.
Yeah.
But there were a few little things that you were curious about.
Hang-ups. Yeah.
That you were curious about and taking note of.
Yeah.
And
brought them to the table. I brought them to the table.
You did.
I wasn't afraid to.
Yeah.
Because it's like, there's no reason to do this.
Yeah.
If there's still like question marks over certain things, like there's no reason to do this, because those answers will never get answered or solved if you don't ask them. So, and it's not worth it. But anyway, okay, let's talk dirty.
Ew, dirty.
I mean real estate. Let's talk real estate.
So dirty.
Speaking of dirty, I was referencing.
Oh, you're talking about their demo?
Yeah.
Oh, we had such a fun demo day. That was fun.
Melissa's remodeling her house that she just closed on.
Sure am.
And
you know what I was thinking? I moved into my last house that I worked on, but this is the first one that I've gone into with like, this is going to be my
your house. Yeah. Not for general public purpose. Not for anybody else. Also, real quick, what number, as far as flips go, what number is this for you?
I don't know. It's not that high. It's not. It's like 7, maybe.
It's more than me.
It's maybe 7.
Okay, 7. That's a big number. 7's a big number. Melissa, you're minimizing it.
Okay.
I
mean, the fact that I've done them all in the last 4 years. Yeah, that's pretty cool.
That is cool.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
I feel like,
And I was talking with Tyler Lofgren the other night. And, he and I kind of, he was invested a little bit on one with me.
Yeah. Oh, I didn't know that.
That one on 33rd, the dark colored one.
And
I talked with him about that. We were cracking up because I told him, like, I was in such a bad place when we were doing that house.
Mentally, emotionally, all of it. Yeah.
The thick of my divorce, like, a lot of emotional turmoil. Yeah. And I said to him, like, I can't believe we even got that house done. And he goes, and we made money. I go, I know. Like, I can't even believe that. So,
if you can do that, then
thank you
in
to
that
the
state,
I know. Like, that's empowering.
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
how funny.
I don't know why I said that other than just, I'm super excited about where I'm at, what we're doing with this house. So, yeah, but it also feels like, it doesn't feel like, I don't feel pressure. And I think maybe that is because this is going to be my house and I'm not trying to I'm not trying to rush for any purpose other than my own timeline.
Yeah. And when you would like to be moved into it.
Yeah. But I don't know where I'm going with that other than it's been fun.
It's exciting. It's exciting. You have the most creative. This is the woman who I had picked that color to paint my exterior of home.
Oh, yeah, that was
because fun. I'm like, Melissa, like, I just need you to handle this for me because, like, I don't have time to do this, and you have the best eye for it. So just fire away. And you were like a little nervous, but I'm like, no, I trust. I'm
Honestly,
telling you,
it does look good.
It does look good, even with the white
and
window
you don't
casings.
even have your plants planted.
I know. Which my mom said she'd come and help me this spring. After Susie already.
Mom's gonna fly in from Oregon.
She and Susie are gonna have to duel it, duke it out to see who's gonna be playing. Yeah,
I will say this. Not that I didn't know this, but just realizing and remembering that flipping is it's my creative outlet, and I need that.
Yeah.
And I think that's why, even though it's stressful, like from a financial perspective, it is so rewarding and so fun. And
the finished product,
it honestly, it brings me so much joy.
Yeah.
It is such a light in my life, and I haven't had a project in about a year and a half, so
too long.
So it feels really, really good to like be back doing this, and
more so,
I want to find a way to keep doing that,
and to piggyback that, it's for you this time. Yeah makes it even sweeter.
It sure does.
2025,
let's go.
Oh my gosh. Yeah.
All right, what else is on our board?
E equals MC squared. I was doing some science before this.
Yeah. Also, let's segue to
talk about Bill Nye the Science Guy. Melissa's met Bill Nye. William New Year's Eve. She's met.
Why are you saying that?
It's Bill Nye. So William is Bill, right?
Yeah, I got that part.
Nye, Nye. New Year's Eve.
Did you just make that up?
No, I can't claim that. I saw it on Instagram the other day, and I was like, "That shit's funny."
Yeah,
I was
No.
Anyway.
Yeah.
So
in college, when Joss and I were there, we were just walking on the streets in LA, and they're like someone with a camera came up and was like,
Bill Nye.
Oh, he was like right over there, like they were doing something, and they're like, "Hey girls, we're looking for someone to like come do a segment, answer some questions, blah blah blah, with Bill Nye the Science Guy." And I'm like, "What?" And we look, and he's like right there, and I'm like, "Oh hell yeah! We're doing this." And by this, I mean Joss, you're doing this.
Yeah, Joss, get in there, you science girly, get in there.
Oh god, yeah.
Was okay? Let me ask you this.
Pictures of it.
You said that was 20 years ago?
I don't know. It was in college.
What were you in LA for? You and Joss went to LA?
We were visiting her uncle. Her uncle lived there, and so did Paul. Did you meet Paul?
I don't think so.
Yeah, you did. He was just in town when we went out to the show. Yes, you did.
Oh, I met Paul. I thought they were in
Fernanda.
San Diego.
They're in Huntington Beach.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
So we stayed with them half the time, and then we stayed with her uncle half the
That's
time
amazing.
in Glendale. Yeah, it was so fun. We were just a little summer trip or something.
College girls doing the thing, yeah.
College girls.
And ran into Bill Nye.
Yeah.
Honestly, were you guys on PBS or OPB? Like, what did that look like?
I mean, heck if I know. I don't know.
I want to see if we can find this clip.
I don't know if it was a clip, but I have pictures of it somewhere.
Okay,
I'll find it.
We'll have to
probably on the archives of Facebook. I think I hid or deleted all my
That's funny.
stuff on there. Anyways,
Facebook
okay. No, the screenshot that you sent me right before.
Oh yeah, there's something I know. This is I saw this the other day, and with this episode in mind, I wanted to bring it to the table. And
I feel like I had several things I want to bring to the table, but they have all
escaped me.
Gotta
write it down.
I know.
I always text myself things.
I do, but
or
just been busy.
Screenshot and heart it. Okay. And maybe this wraps up our little episode. Also, what's our time?
Yeah, real estate. 34. That's kind of perfect.
Honestly, I love that. Oh, real estate?
Yeah, and just the market general updates. But
honestly, it's been busy. Since January 1, it's been busy. Deals are being made. I had my first closing of the year, which meant pending in January, closed in February. My clients, they're the coolest. They walked.
Your clients?
They walked. Honestly, all my clients are the best. They really are. They walked into their house in Norman with
instant equity, right?
Oh, instant equity. Not only instant equity on paper, they have unfinished bonus space upstairs.
Oh, shoot, it's that one. Yeah, I forgot.
They have like 1,000 square feet upstairs that's not finished out. That's like, y'all, you guys will probably be the biggest and baddest on the street when that time comes, when you do finish it out, which I don't love that for them. But at the same time, like, they're going to be there for a while.
Yeah, it's
going to be just fine. $35,000 of instant equity.
Oh, are you serious?
$35K.
Hell yeah. And you know what? That's what an experienced realtor gets you, boo.
Those roles are almost reversed during COVID times, where we're like over. Now we're under.
Yeah.
If that doesn't tell you how desperate the owner was at that point, they came back to us.
Yeah.
We were like, Okay, sounds good. Here we
See
are.
ya.
Here's our number. Here's our final. Here's our highest. We just started looking. It was literally the first house we toured together.
But that also does tell us that it's very much still a buyer's market.
Absolutely.
Yep.
Oh my God, the power that the buyer has right now.
It's a lot.
Ask for the moon.
Yeah.
The answer is no. It's a hard no if you don't
However,
ask.
I will say, don't you think? And I mean, I think this is pretty much always true. Like, if you have a fantastic listing, I mean, it's still, it's gonna go.
If the stage is set,
So,
priced well, in
Yeah.
location, and condition.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So it depends what you're looking for, and you've also got to know when to be competitive and in your offers, and
I mean,
when to ask for the moon. You know?
Yeah. If the moon's been on the market for over 100 days, it's time to ask for it. Yeah.
Oh, for sure.
You ask for all of the things.
Yeah.
Because the answer's no. The answer's always, they're already getting a no. One of our agents, fellow agents in the industry, Patricia Ailing, freaking love her. She had said this is a mic drop from her back last summer. She said, in the MLS, every house that's on the MLS right now that's still active is priced too high. Every house that's in the MLS right now that's active is priced too high. Because if it weren't, it would be gone. It'd be pending. I'm like, dang. I was like, that's good. But at the end of the day, like, we have so much inventory now than we have had in the last couple of years. So yeah, if you're not on top of the market in the neighborhood, your listing, whatever the case may be, you're overpriced.
That's interesting.
The market is dictating that.
I mean, I'm really thinking through that right now.
It's kind of weird if you think about it. It is kind of weird. It's like that's like big, big picture.
Yeah, I get it.
Small picture, maybe not, but like big picture. Yeah, your house is overpriced. If it's still sitting on the MLS, I would say average days on market in the metro has been hovering around 30, 35 maybe.
I don't know.
Average days on market. It's not like too.
Yeah, that's not too high.
No, that's like we're back to normal.
Yeah.
Ish. What's normal? We're back to like a
I mean,
very even
I
keel
think buyers
market.
are finally like coming to terms with the reality of like, boo-boos, you can keep waiting on the Fed to drop some rates, but like,
You can keep waiting on the Feds for anything if you want.
but what, it's time.
The best time to buy a house
Was yesterday.
Yeah.
The second best time?
Today.
Yeah.
Today.
Yeah.
Anyway, but yeah, the market's been great. I feel like I'm excited for my clients and their futures and everything that, I mean, they're building wealth whether they like it or not. And that makes me excited for them.
sure.
Yeah, that makes me excited for them. So 35K instant equity. I'm like, God, you guys, this is the first house they ever bought. I'm like, nicely done. You guys are
I
great.
feel like spring market is, well, I mean, I think the weather this week, I mean, the weather last week, absolute terrible. And now I feel like, well, I don't know. I mean, I have, well, hopefully now just one listing. Well, hopefully none.
Yeah.
But you held that one open for me, and
A
you got some
turnout.
traffic. Yeah.
When the
Beautiful
times-
day.
Oh, stunning. And the two times I'd held it open before last fall,
Crickets. Yeah.
zero guests came through, which is crazy.
Yeah,
Because it's awesome.
I mean, we listed on Friday, and I have an offer right now that we're working, so we're doing good.
Yeah, I think it's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, cheers.
Yeah,
She
cheers.
she manifested that. She manifested. We said it. We're like, you're
Well,
gonna get
I mean, yeah,
offer on both, and you're doing it.
yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna read my thing out loud for everybody.
Let's do it.
This is my calm, peaceful send off
Okay.
to our listeners. Some lovely ideas to believe in. One of the best days of your life could happen in 2032 or maybe in 2046. There have been so many people who thought you were beautiful but were too shy to say hi. You could meet a new best friend in your 40s or the love of your life at 52. Your 60s might be your most adventurous decade of all. You are the reason someone decided to stay at a party because you made them feel safe. I love that. And you were another soul's reason to keep believing in the goodness of human beings. There's a person somewhere in the world you've never crossed paths with, but who feels exactly as you do right now in this very moment. That thing you're terribly worried about probably will never happen. But it's okay if it does, because you'll figure it out like you always do. The stranger you met in passing thanks you every now and again too. Love is never lost. It simply changes shape. You know so much more than you think you do, but you also have a lot left to learn. What an exciting thought, huh? Who wrote that? I don't know. I need to go back and actually check and see who wrote that. But it was.
You know what we should actually do is I open up my inbox and see just how many fucking things you send me on Instagram a day. It's kind of ridiculous. I wake up and it's like ding, 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 ding. I'm like, oh, she's doing it.
And here's how I know that you're one of my best
but
friends.
Honestly, I do.
She allows it, and I'm not offended if she doesn't reply. I'm like, well, fuck, I don't care.
Well,
I sent it because
I mean, I read them all.
I know you do. I know you do. And even if you didn't, it still wouldn't offend me because
and half the time
anyway.
I'm seeing the same shit. So I'm like, oh, I was gonna send you that one.
Yeah. I jumped the gun. I got to it first. No, I think that one thing about me is I let
That's
things.
one thing about you.
I send it out. I release it, and I don't have any expectations of anything coming back. I just like, hey, this was for you. Do with what you feel like you need to do with it. That's it.
You read your one little quote, and I was looking at this right before
walking in here.
Well, when you were in the bathroom.
Oh, okay.
This quote I thought was really good. This just shows like I'm a heart person, you're a head person. But I think this is so beautiful. Love is one person becoming undone for another.
Ooh.
Love is one person becoming undone for another. That's ultimate trust. Ultimate.
Yeah. The shedding, the unveiling. Interesting. Yeah, I like that. We are very different in that way, aren't we?
Yeah, because that probably freaks you the fuck out, doesn't it?
You're
like, no.
The Gemini in me, the 3 in me, the 3-wing 2, the air sign. I'm an air sign. Yeah, I'm a flighty kind of gal.
Well, that's also reminded me of one of those videos you sent about. Oh God, I can't remember. Oh, but it was talking about a woman. Oh, what was it about?
Stay tuned. The next episode,
tuned.
she's going to
Stay
remember
tuned.
what video.
Well, again, you send me 25 a day, so it's hard to remember,
I know.
but it's in there.
That's mine.
It's in there.
Oh, yeah.
It's a good one. It was talking.
It was really good.
I'm not going to try.
So good. She remembers
We're going to shelf it. We're going to shelf it.
Yeah,
and,
pin that. We'll come back to it. If find
Yeah.
it, send it to me later or heart it so I know which one you're talking about.
Okay.
Because I have no idea what you're talking about.
You will as soon as I show you.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, you sent it, so.
Yeah. Well, so what
Didn't my puppy do so good?
Honestly,
Look, he's just hanging out. Good job, Moosey boy.
How old is Moose again? He's only like 6 months.
He's less than 6 months.
Oh, dang.
I mean, I think he's
in it.
I think he's 4 or 5 months. We're not super certain.
He's really handsome.
He's sweet. He's learning all the things. Yeah, we're talking about you.
And his ears are perking up. Yeah.
Okay, what are we wrapping up with?
I was going to say, what do we want to send our listeners out with? Little nugget of love.
I mean, good vibes, obviously.
Yeah.
How could you not be like in a great mood this week with this
sunshine?
weather, especially after last week? So I'm sure it's just a little teaser. I'm sure the cold weather's coming back, but have been.
This is our second
thankful
spring.
for
this
little
second spring teaser. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think for me, our listeners, get out and walk. Go walk. Go walk out in sunshine.
She's a walker.
Get that sunshine on your face. Roll
Yeah.
if you've got a moonroof, sunroof, roll your windows down. Like it's time. Soak that all in until we actually hit a true spring.
Yeah.
Also, side note, did you hear the tornado alarms go off or the sirens go off?
When? Today?
Yesterday?
What? No, maybe they were testing him. But also, why would they be doing that?
That's what I thought. I Googled. I was like, is there a tornado watch warning in the city?
It wasn't on Saturday at noon.
Yeah, it was weird. I was like, oh, this is strange. Yeah.
Huh.
Anyway, there was no signs of tornadoes, but it was yesterday. It was Monday because it was beautiful out and I was walking. Who knows?
Yeah, no, I didn't hear it.
Anyway, the National Weather Service, they sounded the alarm. I heard it. It works. I heard it.
Yeah.
There's no tornado in sight though. So we'll leave our listeners with that.
Okay. Until next time.
Until next time.
Bye.
Moose, you did really good. You should be on our podcast more. Can you imagine if you and
He
Molly
did
were
do good.
both we're both in here?
We wouldn't be able to do this.
Oh God. I know I gotta go pick